So, I watched the Prey movie again recently. There was something I did not cover before. I always wanted to know what the Predator text was spelling out. We have seen many types of symbols or text before across different sources, so I went back and went through a few films and video games to see what I could find. And after going through many scenes, I was able to translate many text or symbols that appeared during heat vision. So, this is what I found. During the scene with the rabbit, it's being stalked by another predator. The text at the top part is for the wolf or coyote. I don't know. But anyways, here's what the text translates to. Y8ULL. Those are lowercase l's, not uppercase i's. What does this mean? Well, honestly, I don't know. At first I thought it could have been the initials to someone in the credits, but there was around 5 people with the letters ULL in their names, so I don't know. And the word scan for the rabbit is PR3Y, which looks like prey. Now you might be wondering, are you sure these are correct? Well, I think so, because for a long time I could not match every symbol with Predator font. And here's the reason why. I was trying to figure out what capital letters would fit, but so many of them did not match. And then I realized that many symbols in the movie use lowercase letters and numbers. So once I figured that out, I was able to decode a lot more. This might not be 100% accurate, but I think it's pretty close. Here is the next set I translated. It occurs after the bear scene, and we see the feral predator scanning Naru. As she swims away in the water, the text here reads out, Hunter. There's a few frames of text that appear after Naru has a fight with one of the members of her tribe, and the feral predator is watching them. But I'll show you 2 of them. In the second image, the number 3 on the top was reversed. I'm not sure why. And it seems like there might not be any meaning, and it's just a bunch of random letters and numbers. The next scene is when Naru is in the grassy field, when the feral predator is aiming at her and the other person with her. It spells out P73Y, which is close to spelling out prey. Later in the film, the feral predator arrives at the campsite where Naru fought a few French fur trappers. This one also has a bunch of random lowercase letters and numbers. But as it scans the nearby bodies, it looks like it's trying to spell out prey to show which one could be a potential target. But as he scans the blood trail from Raphael's leg, the text that shows up is random again. When Farrell does get close to Raphael, he scans the body that appears to be cold, and this text shows up, P73Y. Right after this, the dog shows up, barking and running towards the feral predator. The dog gets scanned in heat vision, and this text shows up, S505L. So after a few pictures, you can see there's not much mystery to the text. These random letters and numbers appear very often, only one time fully spelling out the word hunter, and a few times almost spelling out prey. But there's more, so let's keep going. After Tabe is attacked by Farrell, Nara would confront him and aim the pistol at him, and this is the text that appears, P73Y. There's a short scene when Farrell pushes buttons on his wrist gauntlet. Here's what I found. The first one might have a second bar at the bottom, but it looks very similar to an uppercase F. The one with the uppercase K, I wasn't so sure about this one because of the angle of the horizontal bar, but that was my best guess. And the last one, well, I don't know. When Naru captures Big Beard, Farrell tracks them both down, but he doesn't see Naru because she ate the flower that lowers her body temperature. This time, we see the word hunted. As Farrell approaches Big Beard, he continues to scan his body in heat vision, and this text appears, P73Y, SK8L5. And I think that was the last time we got to see Predator text in a movie, so let's move on to something else. I also went back to look at the Predator 2018 film to see if any of the text had a different message. Even though we got English translations, I still went to check. All the translations seemed correct, but they used capital letters instead of lowercase letters. But I did find something else. During the scene when Rory looks into the Predator helmet, on the bottom left, we have a capital I and capital R. There's 3 symbols that appear up top. I only found the first and third letter. The middle one, I can't seem to find a match for it. During the same scene, we see more symbols right before a planet is shown. On the left side, I was able to match most of the symbols except 2 of them. It might just be random letters. On the right side of the planet, I'm not so sure about these ones. The letter H seems to be flipped horizontally, so it's backwards. The rest are too blurry to read. A few more single letters appear in the same scene with Rory. The letter H looks to be flipped backwards again. In this one here, I found a letter Z. The one beside it, I couldn't find a match. And on the right side, we might have a letter V that is backwards, followed by the letters B, A, and D. After this, we see the Predator getting upgraded. There's a few symbols here, but I'm not so sure about this translation. During the scene when the upgrade Predator is inside the spaceship, he would use the translator to relay a message to humans. It starts counting down. Some other symbols don't seem to have any matches to the Predator font. Not in uppercase or lowercase letters or numbers, so I don't know. I'm just showing this frame here because this one gave me a few matches. And then I checked out Predators from 2010, and I think the only time Predator text was used was near the last scene. The Super Predator was scanning the area, and he comes across the body of Edwin. I was able to figure out a few symbols, but not all of them. Perhaps these are just random letters with no real meaning. Then going into Aliens vs. Predator from 2004. Right before the Predator ship fires the laser to create a path to the pyramid, we see it mapping out the angle for the laser. Many symbols here would change, so I just picked one frame to see what I could find. And there it is. Just a bunch of random letters, most of them are uppercase though. There's a few people in the credits with JON in their name, so I'm not sure if it's connected to anyone. There's also the symbols that appear on Scar's wrist gauntlet. When he arms the bomb from inside the pyramid, I was only able to translate 2 symbols. During the ending, we see the body of Scar within the ship. There's a bunch of symbols on here, but these ones are completely different, so there's no matches. And perhaps it's just random symbols they made for this scene. There's a few frames of different text that occur after the ending. It's just a bunch of random letters. But I did notice one section in Predator text is upside down. In Aliens vs. Predator Requiem, it continues off where the last movie finished, where Scar's body gives birth to the Pred-Alien hybrid. His body was placed in a special area to honor a warrior that went through the rite of passage and even defeated a queen alien. They changed the set pieces and removed the symbols, but overall, it was the same idea. This movie has some very unique symbols or text that are different in design, which also appear as icons on the Blu-ray menu. The gauntlet of the feral predator from Prey also has unique symbols on them. The glyphs on the helmet of Wolf Predator do have a meaning. Not for glory, not for honor, not for the hunt, but to clean up the mess. I read that it came from the DVD features with the director's commentary. I also looked at the video game Aliens vs. Predator from 2010 to see what the text might say in this game. On the wrist gauntlet, it plays different animations. I chose 2 different patterns just to see if there's any hidden words, but it seems that most symbols had no match. There's also different symbols of different styles that appear in the game, but I got no matches with the Predator font because, of course, it's different. So all of this could be a new format made just for the game. This achievement icon appears after you defeat the Pred-Alien. The text is very small and blurry, but I tried my best to translate it. During the ending of the Predator campaign, he maps out a course to what might be the Xenomorph homeworld, which also contains those different symbols we saw earlier. There's also these 2 sets of symbols down below. Here's what I found. It might just be another case of random letters, and I'm not sure about the other symbols on the side. In the video game Aliens vs. Predator 2, the symbols on the wrist gauntlet are on a weird angle. If you read them left to right, they might appear unusual. But if you turn the picture 90 degrees clockwise, you can get the proper angle to read them. But only one of them seemed to match any letter in the Predator font. There are a few more icons during this animation, but I only took one frame. I did check the scene in Predator 2 when the city hunter activates the bomb on his wrist gauntlet. A few different symbols appear between different animations, but none of them gave me any matches except for one, kind of. So I'm not so sure about this one. And finally, we have the icons that appear on the wrist gauntlet for the Jungle Hunter. But I only got one possible match, which might not be accurate, based on the angle that is. So that's it for this video. It was a fun topic to explore. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up rating. And anyone who leaves the word pray in the comments will get a heart in return. I'll see you next time.